Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel all about BI. We are going to learn something about get metadata activity in Fabric. Okay, so we all know the purpose of get metadata activity very well. It is used to get the metadata of an underlying table or file. Okay, that is the main purpose. Also, it can identify a list of files in a particular folder, right? So we will just go through each of those use cases one by one in our videos. Okay. So today I just tried with one such use case to get the structure of a table in Lakehouse. Okay. So for that, what we have to do is we just have to add a get metadata activity. So under activities tab, if you do not find get metadata activity here, you can click on three dots and then search for it. But since it is a frequently used activity, you will be seeing it on the top pane itself, right? So once you click this, it will get added to the canvas area, and then we'll have to set it up for execution, right? So it will ask the connection details. So in my case, I'm going to point it to a lake house. Under lake house, we normally know that it can contain tables and files. In my case, I'm going to just I just want to know about structure of a particular table, meaning fields or columns in a particular table, its data type, everything. Okay, maybe I'll take the sales data. So let us try to preview it first. All right, so it has come up with the set of columns in that table that I have selected, right? So let me close this up. And then there is a field list. This is a mandatory column or mandatory field which we will have to select. This we all already know when if we have experience with a data factory or synapse analytics, right? So if you click on new, you will be seeing certain properties here. So this property differs if based on the type of object that you are trying to work with. For example, if you try to work with tables, it will be giving you structure, whether the table exists in the database or not, and the column count. So if you choose files, it will have a different set of properties according to the type of file that we are choosing. Okay. So in my case, I'm just going to select structure and that's it. So if I run this, let's see what happens. So the execution, the setup, it's all almost the same as Data Factory and Synapse. But what differs is the output. Okay, I'll be showing you. Output is a bit extensive here in the sense it's a bit elaborate, I would say, not extensive, it's a bit elaborate. So what do I mean by elaborate is if you click on this output, normally in Data Factory or Synapse Analytics, we will not be seeing too many details. We will just see what is the name of the column and then type of a column. Only these two properties we will be seeing for every column. Okay, but if you see here for every column, you are seeing almost six different properties. Okay, the first one is name, physical name, type, logical type, name, physical type, .NET type. Okay, type itself you have three different properties here. So I just wanted to discuss a little bit about this type property, why we have three different types given in the output of the get metadata activity. Okay, so I will take you through a example now. So let us take one column in the output now. So physical name says date, which means that the column name that we have given while creating that particular column in a table. Okay, it is simply called date. Whatever we can call it, record date or sales date, order date, or delivery date. It can be anything according to the need, right? We'll just describe that column according to our requirement. So second is type. Type is nothing but however it is stored in the table. So I'll just show you the table as well. It says what is the type of that column as per the schema of the table. Okay, and logical type is nothing but logical type will just give a high level understanding of the data, underlying data. So for those who are not worried about how the data is going to be interpreted or stored, logical type would give them better understanding. Okay, easy understanding of the underlying data. Name, I'm not sure what is the difference between this name and this name. Maybe I'll just explore and tell you. Physical type is nothing but physical type describes how the data actually gets stored in the underlying memory. Okay, So that is the difference between type. Type is nothing but how the schema is created according to the table creation schema. And then logical type, it is just conveying a high level understanding. It is just helpful for high level understanding of the underlying data without worrying much about the intricacies of how the data is stored. And physical type talks about how it is stored, meaning with respect to performance or storage constraints. If someone is interested to know how it is stored, then this column is going to convey that, right? .NET type is nothing but it is the so this .NET type would be very helpful whenever we have to integrate our fabric ecosystem with the .NET solution. Okay, so I'll be touching upon all of these things with more details in this video. Okay, so just closing this and taking you to a PowerPoint. All right. So in context of get metadata activity in Microsoft, we used to see these options which I have already covered: type, physical type, logical type, as well as .NET type. So name, we all know that this is a column name given in the table. Type is nothing but as identified by the system. Whenever we create the table, however it is created in the system, then it will just be showing that information. Logical type shows semantic type, more of a meaningful type of the underlying data. Okay, so physical type, we all know how it is stored physically, with which is runtime specific. .NET type, whenever we have to integrate it with .NET based services, this .NET type would be very helpful. Okay, so let us consider a column named date of birth. The type of this column could be defined as date time. Okay, so while we created the table, we can mention it as date time, indicating that both date and time data can be stored in this particular column. Okay, so type refers to the actual data type of the column while we create this particular column. So this particular property, type property, will be very useful whenever you have to do some time based comparison. So if you see date time, we understand that a time value is also attached with the date. So we can leverage the time part maybe for time related calculations, like how many minutes expired, or how long it has been since previous time or current time, whatever it is related to time. Okay, so type property is helpful for that information. So physical type is nothing but in metadata output, you could see something like datetime2, which is specific format used in SQL Server for storing datetime values. Why we have to use this information will be important for understanding how the data is stored and retrieved. Okay, so because it is related to performance and storage efficiency. So if someone is interested in fine tuning the performance and storage space optimization by looking at the physical type, they can come to a conclusion that okay, so this particular data is stored in this format, probably we should choose a different format. So in that cases, it might be useful. Finally, logical type. Logical type is nothing but simply it could be a date for the given date of birth column. It just mentions at a high level, okay, this column is going to contain some date, irrespective of how it is going to be stored or interpreted or whatever it is. Okay, so basically, this abstraction helps users understand the purpose of the data without needing to delve into the specifics of its storage, making it easier to work in various applications. So this is a high level information of the output that we see from the get metadata activity. Okay, so that this was little bit different so from data factory and synapse environment, right? So I just wanted to share whatever I just went through. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep supporting the channel.